Hi folks, this is Reena Jadhav here at Vader HB SplashX, and we are talking about lifestyle as a medicine today. And I'm super excited to have you, Esther Dyson, here. Now you're doing something called Wellville. Tell us all about it.
Well, first of all, ironically, it's not as a medicine. Our whole goal is to make you not need medicine by keeping you healthy in the first place.
What a concept.
Rather than curing you with lifestyle afterwards.
Yes.
And it starts with a happy childhood, which is easier said than done. And of course, a happy childhood requires happy parents. So it's not as if all we work with is children, but certainly we look at adults as parents, we look at the family as a unit, and we look at the community as where people either gain resilience in their childhoods or they kind of get damaged and it makes it hard to fix anything.
I think a lot of people today over their lifetime pay the price of having a tough childhood and having sort of, as they say, unresolved issues.
Yes.
But do you also help people with unresolved issues? So do you have a therapy program that's built in?
So first of all, it's 5 small communities around the U.S.
Okay.
And we Wellville picked them from 42 communities that applied.
Okay.
But it's not, oh, here's a nice white lady with a program for you. It's much more, what is the community trying to do around health and around creating a vibrant community that will foster good health in various forms. And then let's help them do that more effectively.
And how did you pick these communities?
So we put out a call for applications. You had to be under 200,000 people. You had to be somewhat self-contained. You had to be doing something already to foster health, but wanted advice and coaching to do it even better. Okay. And there had to be some entity that was applying. It couldn't be just like a doctor from Georgia or something. Okay. So
was it the local, who did apply?
Well, that was kind of interesting. In the end, we wanted 5. We didn't want the best 5. We wanted the best group of 5 with diversity of a lot of things, including institutions. So in Muskegon, it's the Rotary Club working with public health. Okay. In Clatsop County, Oregon, it's Care Oregon, which is the Medicaid administrator / payer. In Lake County, it's now something called Hope Rising, which is the 2 local hospitals and a couple of other institutions working together. And in Spartanburg, it was the Mary Black Foundation. So it didn't need to be a certain kind of institution. And that's sort of the point. In the end, it needs to be a whole bunch of different institutions in the community, but they need to be thinking long term. It's not like people get addicted to drugs and communities often get addicted to pilot programs. And at first that sounds funny, but it's a reality because in both cases you get this sort of short-term thing that gives you a hit, but then you need more of the drug, or the money for the pilot program runs out and the coordinator still needs a job, so you go look for another grant. And you know, this year it's art classes for 4th graders and next year it's Zumba for overweight women, and nothing ever changes.
What's your vision with these 5 communities? Do you hope that you'll have the data to then create this as a model for America as a whole?
Well, yes, but so I mean the data are clear. It's, you know, we don't know how to be perfect, but we sure know how to eat better, to sleep more, to treat our children better. So it's not like, does this stuff work? But nobody really believes it or feels it. And we want to kind of do it at critical density, concentrated, not spread thin, but and show what does it look like and inspire policymakers and honestly taxpayers and people who vote to say, we want to invest long term versus we're spending too much money fixing people who shouldn't have been broken in the first place.
Absolutely. There's no reason. So that was my whole experience, was why did I not know these basics of health all my life? Why was it okay to not sleep? You know?
And you sort of knew them, but it didn't seem real. And so what we're trying to do with Wellville is make it feel real. So what are your feet on the ground tactics? So with these 5 communities, what are you specifically doing? Well, in each community it's different. So there's 6 of us, 5 of us, one of us works in each of the 5 communities. I work in Muskegon, Michigan, which I love. And there we're really working most closely with 1 in 21, which is the local collaborative, and they have various members, one of which is the YMCA, which is scaling the diabetes prevention program. And then there's another group that's doing trauma-informed care and working with schools and police and people like that. And, you know, that's not everything. There's opioid abuse, there's
So how do you
smoking.
help?
We help the way a personal coach does.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can give you advice, I can show you where
So
the gym is.
the trainer model.
Yeah, but in the end, it's your body.
Right.
And you decide whether to take my advice. We're not paying them, we're not funding them. And so, in a sense, that's good, because we need to, you know, what we say needs
Arm's
to make
distance.
sense, or they won't do it.
Okay.
And what we're doing is we're working with the ones that are actually going to succeed because that spreads, rather than saying everybody needs to have a tobacco prevention program.
Right,
Or every,
right.
And
Because different communities have different challenges, and you're focusing
Well,
on the
they-
core challenge of each.
they all, honestly, they have the same challenges, but they have different groups addressing the challenges.
Okay.
And what you want is to have one or two successes, because those spread.
Okay.
I mean, it's how do you develop a sense of agency? Yes, we actually can deal with. I remember someone saying they wanted to address the problem of suicide. And it's like, no, you don't want to address it. You want to resolve it. You want to reduce it. You're not just, you know, you can address it year in and year out and never make a difference. And we want to have people see what it looks like when you make a difference. And then they feel, gee, you know, they're doing that with diabetes. We could do it with hypertension.
Right.
But these are places where often there's not a habit of success, and,
Right.
and trying to change the mindset really does make a huge difference. You know, and then measure the data and count the results and be accountable, and if something's not working, fix it, rather than keep trying to do it without changing anything.
You're very exciting, Esther. I wish you the very
Thank you.
best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Great.